tell people to pray about things because what God has for me is for me. So everyone may not be able to see that vision because it's made for
Yeah.
me.
Welcome to Hustlin' Faith. This podcast is dedicated to helping women who want to analyze, apply, and amplify their God-given gifts. We accomplish this by discussing topics such as business, self-improvement, health and beauty, and my random thoughts about life from a Christian perspective. I'm your host, Latasha Johnson. Have you been feeling called to create more, but you're not sure where to start? You don't need a big budget, a team, or perfect confidence. You need clarity, a simple system, and the courage to use your voice. Join me for Activate Your Calling, Create, Build, and Promote What God Gave You, a free live workshop for faith-based women ready to stop sitting on their ideas and start showing up. You'll learn the foundations of marketing, content creation, AI, self-publishing, and podcasting. No tech background is required. So join me on Saturday, February 21st at 5 p.m. Eastern. Bring your ideas, leave with clarity. Register now and save your seat. I'll see you there. Shaneisha Dodson is originally from Arkansas and currently resides in California. She is an award-winning playwright, entrepreneur, and creator of the first Black 18-inch superhero doll. Dodson is the founder of The Brilliant Girl and Black Girls Productions.
Well, I am Shaneisha Dodson. I am the founder of Black Girls Productions and The Brilliant Girl. So we produce plays, films, and we create children products.
That is absolutely amazing. So I would love to know what inspired you to actually, branch off into this field.
So growing up, I'm originally from Arkansas. There
Oh,
wasn't a lot of dolls that looked like me.
okay.
So as I got older, I have a little niece. I nicknamed her Sugar Mama. She always loved a good bedtime story. So I wrote a book titled The Adventures of Sugar Mama. And from there, parents used to DM me about how much they love the book. They read it to their child every night. So I was like, how could I get a physical sugar mama into households so people can have their own little superhero dolls? So that's how I ended up creating my superhero doll. It all started from my little niece and a bedtime story.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing. I love
Thank
that
you.
so much. And you're
Thank you.
absolutely right. Honestly,
Mhm.
I was so excited when you applied to be on the show because I have
Mhm.
always loved like dolls. And when
Yes.
I was younger, I always thought that would have been cool to have like my own doll. I
Mhm.
was so excited when I got my first one.
Mhm.
But yeah, I love that so much. I just think
Oh,
representation is so important. Which
absolutely.
actually brings me to my next question. You did
Mhm.
something that a lot of folks would not have done. Why
Mhm.
did you walk away from a six-figure income to walk in your God-given purpose?
It was on my heart. I had been praying about things for a while, and God kept telling me to leave, but I wasn't obedient. So I had to get pushed up against that wall. I had to be made uncomfortable. And I went to work and I wrote one sentence. I plan to resign effective October the 15th, 2015. And I knew once I sent the email, people were gonna call, who did something to you? What's wrong? How can we fix it? And I was like, it's just a higher calling on my life. Like God wants me to do something else. So it's time for me to separate, and do something else, which was walk into my God-given purpose. And I laughed because my sister mentioned that yesterday. She was like, I just cannot believe you walked away from all that money. Just out of the blue, she brought that up yesterday. I was like, when God tells you to do something, you have to be obedient.
I love that. I love that. And actually, I would love to know. Again, a lot of people would not have done what you did, right? But
Mhm.
when God says go, you got to go, right? So, what would be, what would be your answer, your response when people question you on that? Because I know that had to be hard.
I always tell people to pray about things because what God has for me is for me. So everyone may not be able to see that vision because it's made for
Yeah.
me. So I felt in my heart I was doing what was right. I was obedient and I walked away. And what happened? God circled back, walked away from that money, ended up making way more just by being obedient.
I love that so much. So, how did your own childhood experiences shape that vision for Brilliant Girl?
So growing up, like I used to love to play with my cousins. My cousins were my first sisters. So I remember playing with our dolls and reading our books. So I was like, these are things that we need to keep alive, keep giving the kids the books so they can keep dreaming big, keep having like big imaginations. And then with the representation and let them know they can achieve anything that they want to. And it all starts from a book.
I love that so much. I love that. And honestly, your dolls are beautiful.
Thank
I've seen them.
you.
It's so funny. My mom, I told her I was interviewing you, and she's like, I can't wait to get one of those dolls.
Tell
At the
your mom
Tinder,
I got her. Tell your mom I got her.
oh, I was like, because her birthday's in February, and I'm like, I got you, calm down. All right. At the tender age of she's going to be 65, and she's like, I want a
That's all
doll.
right. That's all
But I get
right.
it. I
Mm-hmm.
get it though. And
Yeah.
that's why I was so excited to interview you. I
Oh.
love that so much because that actually opened something inside of me that I
Mm-hmm.
thought I had kind of overlooked. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
then you see a doll
Yeah.
that looks like you and you're like, yeah, that's what's
Yes. Mm-hmm.
up. Oh
Absolutely.
man. So how do the books, the puzzles, and the STEM theme products fit into your vision for empowering young minds?
So with that, we are exposing them to I can't talk, STEM
Mhm.
themed careers. So they
Yeah.
get to see the engineers and everybody looks like me. Because we talk about like self-efficacy. Sometimes you have to see it in order to believe, hey, I can
Yeah.
achieve that too. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's just a matter of being exposed to different things. Like you meet this woman who looks like me. She create dolls. I can create dolls too. She writes these books. I can write books too. She's exposing me to engineers, doctors, lawyers, different types of artists, and then let the children know, hey, I can become these things too. So that's why representation is important.
I love that so much. And I would love to know what is the feedback been like from the kids themselves when they see the dolls?
They love it. I remember the first time a little girl saw my doll and she said, she looks like me. And my heart completely melted. I was like, oh my gosh. Like that right there let me know I am truly walking in my purpose.
I love that. I love that. And with that, even if we're walking in our purposes, we can still encounter some challenges. So what
Mhm.
challenges have you faced growing a purpose-driven brand and how did you overcome them?
So this year, a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people
Yeah.
got laid off, and the largest group was like our target market. So
Yeah.
this year, sales slowed down. But I was like, I'm gonna keep pushing, keep doing what we need to do. So every year I donate to like numerous nonprofit organizations. We partner with Shop with the Cop a couple of times in Texas and in Arkansas.
Wow.
This year, I donated to one of the popular like cops in Arkansas, not thinking, hey, he's gonna put up a post to his million and something followers. He puts up a post thanking me personally for donating dolls and pink sheets and puzzles. And what did that do? Took our sales up unexpectedly. And it's something we
Wow.
do every year, not expecting anything in return, because I donate a lot of stuff, but I do it quietly. But this year I've been put on blast kind of two times about donating and helping other families. And I guess that's God's way of saying, I got you. It don't matter what's going on in the world. It doesn't matter if your target audience is affected. I got you. And so that took ourselves up, just being ourselves, doing what we normally do, not giving up. And then we came out with a positive outcome.
I love that so much. And the mere fact, what struck me was you were donating in secret. Not to say that there's
Yes.
anything wrong if you announce it, but there's
Mhm.
something to be said doing it in secret, and he still made it. God still made it
Yes.
out in the open. And I just
Yes.
love that. I love that a lot because sometimes, you see a lot of people that feel that it's so necessary to film everything that they do. And look at me being nice to someone, and
Yes.
it's nice to just
Yes.
see someone
Yes.
be nice and not have any cameras rolling, right? They're
Mhm.
just doing the right thing. I love that. I
Yes.
love that. I love that.
Mhm.
So what's one
Thank
thing
you.
that your audience, oh, of course. Oh, yes, please. Thank you for donating and still continuing to be, you know, that's got to be hard to continue to still stay the course and everyone's been affected,
Hmm.
with the economy and all that stuff. And
Yes.
still, you stayed the course, you donated, not knowing what the
Yes.
outcome was going to be. So, no,
Right.
I thank you for doing that. And you still were
No.
able to bless so many people in the process,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's awesome. So,
Thank you.
what's one thing your audience would be surprised to learn about running Brilliant Girl?
They would be surprised to see my family's involvement with it. Like my mom is like kind of the backbone too. Like she does a lot as far as shipping and filling orders,
That's awesome.
delivering for the nonprofits and things. She does a lot in the background.
That's
And
awesome.
nobody really knows, but she's a big part of Brilliant Girl's success.
I love that. I love that so much. So she's back there. Hey, I need this
Yes,
order.
yes, yes, absolutely.
I love that. Actually, fun fact, my mom does a lot with helping me
Hmm.
out with the podcast
Hmm.
because I'll like run past ideas. Hey, what do you think about this
Hmm.
guest or this guest? And she's like, yeah, if it gets her stamp of approval, we good to go. So
Yep, the same here. Mama, what you think about this? I'm thinking about designing this. Do you think this will work? Yep, same thing.
yeah, I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
Actually, I would love to know what inspires your designs for the different dolls, the product, the games, and what
Mhm.
inspires that?
So with me, I like to design things that have like realistic features. Like one of the things with our superhero doll, her skin is melanated. Her nose, people always be like, her nose is so realistic. So I want to see realistic features. So when the kids look at the puzzles, again, it goes back to representation. He or she looks like me. So when I'm seeing myself, that means, hey, I can achieve this too. So just making sure everything is realistic.
I love that. I love that. So, what's the most touching or surprising piece of feedback that you've received from your community?
Most of the time, it's a thank you. Thank you for doing this for us. Because a lot of times people share their stories about how they didn't have dolls that looked like them growing up. I remember one lady, I was doing an interview and she was telling me, she said, Shaneisha, we went to Toys R Us and it was one black doll left and it was on the top rack. She said, my mom was short. Do you know she climbed that rack and got that one doll down for me? And
Oh,
she said, I would never forget that. She was like, imagine growing up and we had our own
yeah,
superhero character, like your doll. She's like, life would have been great. I was like, I get it.
true.
Because when you're creating, you're not thinking about how this doll is going to affect adults. I was just thinking about the little girls having their own superhero character. But a lot of adults share their stories too. Same thing. No dolls that look like me growing up, or it's just a handful and that's it.
Yeah, that's true. I do. And I could picture my mom being that little mom
Mm-hmm.
scaling the
Mm-hmm.
scaling the shelves to get that doll. I could totally
Yep.
see my mom doing that. I could totally relate to that. She would totally do that. She would. I would love to know too, because I think you had mentioned that you also do plays. Is this a part of Brilliant Girl or is that different?
So it's different. We also own Black Girl Productions. So we do plays, faith-based plays, plays that reach people on different levels in their walk. And recently we've been branching out into short films, working our way up to do our first feature-length film. So yeah, it's all creative.
Wow, I love that so much. So
Thank you.
is that something that and now I want to know more about your background because did you start off with like film or even like creating dolls to begin with? Like where is that coming from?
So I've always been like a creative person.
Okay.
So when I was in high school, I used to do things with theater, and that love never left me. So college, I worked in the theater department for a fee waiver. And then I
Okay.
started my own company and we started doing plays. From there, we started to do films. But yeah, it's just I love to create stuff.
I love that. Okay. That was just that was just a God-given talent. And I
Yeah.
love to see the fact that you went and cultivated it.
Mhm.
Were there special classes you took, or what made you, because you had to get better, right? Or did you
Mhm.
just have that born in you? How did you do that?
I think it was born.
Yeah.
And then most of the stuff is like I'm self-taught. Like I'll get out there, do the research, I'll ask questions, I'll watch YouTube videos, just figuring things out.
I'm
And
with you on
then,
that.
okay, I got it now. Let me keep pursuing this.
I'm with you. School of YouTube, man.
Mhm.
That's how
Yes.
this podcast came about.
See?
Season nine. Season
Hmm.
9. So yeah, I completely agree with you on that. I love that. I love that so much. So I ask all of my guests this. If
Hmm.
you had to choose one word to represent your goals for this year, what would it be and why?
The one word to represent my goals this year would be faith.
Love it.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm very partial to that, hustle in faith.
Mhm.
So go
Yes,
ahead. Go ahead.
faith. Yes.
Okay. And then why?
So with faith, it's just like keeping the faith. No matter what happens, I have faith that God is going to show me how good it's going to get. So I keep the faith. That's my word.
I love it. And it's so true. So true. I
Hmm.
agree. I agree. So, last but not least, what legacy do you hope to leave for the next generation of girls and entrepreneurs?
The legacy I would like to leave is to always be resilient. Be willing to adapt to the times, be willing to adapt to curveballs that's thrown your way. Because life is full of ups and downs, but just keep going. Be resilient. Keep fighting another day.
I love that. And with that, Shaneisha, thank you so much for coming on to the show. If folks want to connect with you, how can they go about
Mhm.
doing so?
So you can find me on social media, Instagram at Black Girls 12. That's BLKGIRLZ. And that will connect you to all my pages. So you can connect to our Brilliant Girl page, our film page. If you want to know more about our dolls, you can visit us at www.thebrilliantgirl.com.
And all of that information is also going to be on the Hustle and Faith website. In the event that you couldn't catch everything, make sure to check out the show notes and be sure to check out these dolls. They are absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. And I can't wait to grab one. So I just want you guys make sure that you check out the her website and support. And Shaneisha, thank you so much for coming on to the show. This has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me. I had a good time.
Thank you. Have you been feeling called to create more, but you're not sure where to start? You don't need a big budget, a team, or perfect confidence. You need clarity, a simple system, and the courage to use your voice. Join me for Activate Your Calling, Create, Build, and Promote What God Gave You, a free live workshop for faith-based women ready to stop sitting on their ideas and start showing up. You'll learn the foundations of marketing, content creation, AI, self-publishing, and podcasting. No tech background is required. So join me on Saturday, February 21st at 5 p.m. Eastern. Bring your ideas, leave with clarity. Register now and save your seat. I'll see you there. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. If you enjoy listening to Hustle and Faith and would like to support the show, please consider sharing it with your friends, rate or leave a review, donate, or make a purchase at our shop, Starring You Crew. Remember, if you're everything to everyone, you risk being no one. You never know who you will inspire. See you in the next episode.